Well, I think you're going to absolutely love these moulds. They make some beautiful pear and apple pots. They look amazing. These are the Let's Resin moulds. I'm fed up buying cheap moulds off places now, so I'm buying my moulds that I know are good quality, and the Let's Resin ones are always good quality. The cheaper ones, I seem to get 2 or 3 castings out of them. They either rip or they lose all their shine, or they don't cast very well. The great thing about Let's Resin moulds as well is that they always tell you how much resin you need on the mould. There it is. It's not easy for the camera to pick up, but it always tells you how much you need. So I'm going to do these in a two-tone colour, so 2 different colours. The first colour I'm going to use is going to be smaller in proportion, but I want it to be equal all the way around. So I'm going to put it into this sand I've got here once I've poured the resin. And the same for this one as well. Making sure that the sand doesn't actually get into what I'm pouring it into, because if so, it may ruin it. So I'm going to mix up my resin. I'm going to be using the Let's Resin pigments. To me, they're the best pigments you can get. They're very true to colour, and the opaque pigments are always opaque, and the translucent pigments are always translucent. And the other thing is, they're very colour fast as well, so they don't lighten very much at all with overexposure to UV. Always remember, whenever you're using pigments, and if they've been sitting around for a while, to give them a good shake, because they will settle and you get the best results by giving them a good shake. So I'm using here the apple green, and I want that to be quite opaque when it's finished. So I put a little bit in, and then I'll give it a good stir around, and then what I'll do is I will see if that is opaque enough. No, that's not going to be opaque enough. And oddly enough, I'm not putting any glitter or mica powder in this, which I know comes as a real big surprise to everybody. So now that's all mixed up, all I need to do is pour that in there to the amount that I want, and then prop that up in there so it kind of finds its own level. Yeah, and that's enough for me in that one. And then the same for this one. And again, prop that up. I want that to get right to the lip of that pot. There we go. So that's there. And then again with the pear. Now the pear, I'm going to not finish in the same colour as I am the apple, but I want this green in it. And then the same for this lid as well. It's got a little stalk on it there that I'm going to squidgy widgy a little bit first to make sure I've got the whole stalk in there covered. Tiny bit more in that one. And there we go. So I'm going to leave those now to cure up overnight, and then once they're cured up, what I can do is add the remainders of the colour. I'll show you how I'm going to do that because that's much easier. So we'll leave those to cure. These have all cured now and they're ready for the next stage. So all I need to do is gently take them out of here, avoiding, if I possibly can, getting any sand in them. Although, to be honest, they're quite solid, so they're quite solid colours, so it's not going to matter too much. I hadn't realised, look, when I put that one in, that had caved in. Now, that is my fault. I should have made sure that that was in a flat piece like this, but there must have been a bulge there and it's pushed through into the mould. But I'm not going to let that worry me too much. I'm hoping that is still going to come out okay. We will see. It just means there's been a slight adaptation to the mould. Silly me. I should know better. Well, I've got my resin mixed up now, and it's just a case now of filling these up. Always be careful whenever you're doing something like this that you don't dislodge your resin from the side of this. So treat it really carefully until the second load of resin is fully cured. I have no idea if this is going to work now with that dent in it, but if it does, I think it's going to look amazing. And that's what I tell myself, because not always things work out how we expect them to. Okay, so I'm going to continue to fill them all up the same way. And now we can leave those to cure until tomorrow, and then once tomorrow comes, they should all be cured. What I am going to do is, though, just pop something into that stalk there. Even though the stalk is going to come out red, I don't mind that so much. Don't want it to be full of bubbles. I'm quite excited to see how this is going to come out, especially now I've messed it up. Okay, we'll leave this till tomorrow and then we can demold it. Well, these are all cured now, and what I can see is I forgot to do some squidgy ridgy around this rim, so I know for a fact this is going to have some air bits missing from it. I don't know why I didn't do that. Just typical, isn't it? What I would say is this mould needs to have a little tab here to be able to pull here to release it. Other than that, it's brilliant mould. Yeah, look, I've got a little air pocket there. Silly me. And one there. I didn't go around the rim. I knew I hadn't once I was letting it cure. So that's the pear top. I like that. I think that looks nice. And this is the apple top. Look at that. That's so cute. Oh, and actually, the pear with that dint in, I think that looks really, really nice. I think it gives it a really lovely feature. And the lid fits on there really well. I can really see these being popular. And look how shiny that cast is, and that's because that mould is really shiny. It's not been made with a 3D printer, so you're not getting all these little lines going around it. I think that has come out beautiful, and I love the way it looks inside as well. And the same with the pear. I like that. And even though I'd made that mistake there, that little dent, I think that's come out really well. That wouldn't have happened if I'd have levelled out my sand, which is what I should have done rather than having a bulge there. I think they make great sized pots, but they'd make nice little ornaments as well. You could do them in all sorts of colours. You don't have to stick to the colours that I've used. But make sure you do your squidgy widgy under the lip so you don't get these little trap bubbles. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've loved making these. I really like them. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button. Check out the video that I've got coming up next as well. I think you'll really enjoy that one. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.